So, hello, welcome to this week's Gym Street live webinar for our English speaking community. As you can see right here on my first slide, this is the starter webinar. So this is the one we host every other weeks for beginners, those who are completely new, to give you an introduction into Gym Street, the first financial district in the metaverse, who we are, what it is that we do here, and how you can also benefit from becoming a part of our project. So we like to kick it off with this punchline here that we like to use the easiest way to experience finance. And throughout this presentation, you are for sure going to understand what it actually is that we mean by that. However, since we are creating a metaverse here, let's start with the term itself and ask the question, like, how is it that everyone seems to be talking about the metaverse? Why is that? Is it only a hype, or could there be more to it? Well, of course, we believe that there's more to it because from our point of view, the metaverse is going to change the world as we know it today. It will combine and merge all industries in the virtual world. And this has already started to happen, actually. If you look at, for example, Walmart over in the US, they have begun to bring their stores into the virtual world. You can, with your virtual shopping cart, you can walk around, you can grab stuff from the shelves, put it in there just as if you were there in their real store. And it's, of course, a different experience than browsing through, an online shop and clicking, the shopping cart button. So you have the similar benefits like online shopping. You save time, you don't have to go places, you don't have to stand in line and wait, but still you get the same experience as if you're actually walking through the store. So if we look at these different industries, there's of course gaming to begin with. We've just talked about shopping, business, look at Microsoft Teams, for example, Google Hangouts. So they're all using or starting to utilize the metaverse also to bring it to the next level. All right, now this webinar, it's taking place in Zoom meeting, right? The next level would be us wearing VR glasses like the guy on this picture right here and actually meeting in a virtual room to have our meeting there. And then education, also great benefit, using VR technology and the metaverse for educational purposes. Entertainment, of course, one of the biggest industries next to gaming. And then there's finance. This is where we come into play here with Gym Street, because it's our goal is to establish the first financial district in the metaverse, where we will offer you finance products, in a never seen before way. As we said, the easiest way to experience finance. But let's start by building some context here with this quote by Mr. Kevin O'Leary, famous entrepreneur and investor. He became famous with his appearance in the TV show Shark Tank, where startups can apply for a venture capital. So he has a good knowledge and good expertise in spotting trends early on, right? And one quote that he has come up with is right here, that NFTs will become bigger than Bitcoin because of their ability to record property ownership. And that's very important because NFTs play an important role also in the metaverse. And since he says that they will become bigger than Bitcoin, well, let's look at the Bitcoin chart. We have come from 8 cents, or actually below 8 cents, but as far as it goes back, since prices have been recorded for Bitcoin, we started at around 8 cents, and the most recent all-time high was at $69,000. So that's more than, I don't know why the number is missing here, that's 86 million% growth. And now NFTs are supposed to become even bigger than Bitcoin. But Kevin O'Leary is not the only one saying that, NFTs will become big, and in that context, also the metaverse, of course. Investment banks such as Morgan Stanley have also come up, saying that they see an $8 trillion industry in the metaverse market. And right here, look, this is only looking at China alone. So if we project this worldwide, it's even bigger than that. Facebook has gone as far as changing their company name to Meta and investing $10 billion of their company capital into the development of their metaverse to be, at the very front, among the first to pave the road towards this new technology and this new trend. But they're not, by far not, the only ones. So if you look at this chart, I'm sure that you will recognize many familiar company logos. So it has already started. The big players, they're all already in. And the next thing that we also need to consider is, of course, virtual reality as a means of accessing the metaverse. We're talking about virtual worlds where for you to access the virtual world, you do not need per se virtual glasses like these people on the picture, but of course it gives you the best experience. And if we look at the VR users worldwide, we can see that we're more or less doubling each year. So 2021, there was 10 million users. 1 year later, 20. In 2023, we're expecting 50 million users. And next year, 2024, we are looking at 100 million VR users worldwide. So it's an exponential growth curve. So of course, we also expect, to play a major role there. And also important for you to know that from the very beginning, we're already doing or developing everything in such a way that our metaverse will be accessible via VR from the very beginning. In fact, we already have the first prototype version readily available. If you're able to visit us at one of our live events, for example, you also can take the chance there to put on the VR glasses, check it out for yourself, or you come visit us in our offices, which we're also going to look at here a few slides further down. Now, the next topic is Metaverse Land or virtual land. So the foundation for every metaverse is the virtual land. And that's also how you will be able to participate in the metaverse by becoming a virtual land owner. And here on the left, we can see just a few examples how people have already utilized their virtual land in the metaverse. For example, someone has built a casino in Decentraland. The fashion label Philip Plain is using the metaverse to present their latest, collections. Binance has also bought big chunks of land in the sandbox to represent their brand right there. And here the famous musician Snoop Dogg is already giving concerts in the metaverse, virtual concerts. And the entry tickets are actually NFTs, right? Again, yet another example how NFTs play a role. But of course, the virtual land that you can purchase here to become a land owner are also coming along as NFTs. Remember, it's about the ability to record property ownership. So for you to become a virtual land owner, actually it's via purchasing NFTs to prove your ownership. Now, looking at the price of virtual land in the metaverse, we can already see here throughout the past 5 years that we have also gone through a very, steep incline or price increase over the past years, from starting from around $100 per land parcel up to virtual land deals that have gone into the millions. And just to show you that we're not making up these numbers, we have gathered a few articles that you can easily find if you were to do some research yourself on the internet, that these $1 million deals that have actually happened. So people are willing to spend that kind of money to acquire virtual land. And I wouldn't say, or I would actually ask the question if people are crazy. Of course, we're using this headline, to raise awareness. However, I would first acknowledge the fact that this is happening and then go ahead and ask the question, why would they do it? What's the benefit for them, right? So you can easily guess that whoever is spending such kind of money to acquire virtual land, they're not just doing it as a joke. There must be more behind it. Now, let me see if I should disable the waiting room. Of course, haven't done that yet. Now anyone can still go ahead and join our live meeting. Now, at this point, you now know what the metaverse is all about. You know how it will change our world, right? Merging all industries in the virtual world. Now, what are the opportunities that are opening up here for companies? And in order to illustrate that, we like to use Alpaca Finance, our first business partnerships that we have established here with our DeFi product that we initially launched with. And Alpaca Finance is a decentralized finance platform on the blockchain where you can connect with your own cryptocurrency wallet. And by doing so, you can then access, their products such as depositing crypto right here into their DeFi protocol in order to earn these interest rates that they offer here. They can vary quite a bit, you know, when demand is high. BUSD interest rates, they can even shoot up beyond 20%. Usually they range somewhere between 2-3% up to 5 or 6%, as we can see here on this screenshot, which is of course a pretty good interest rate to earn on a stable coin, right? So if you were to go to a bank account and ask how much interest you would receive if you were to deposit your USD into the bank account, well, right now, since we're, you know, in the phase of increasing interest rates, it may look better, but the past years, they'd be laughing at you asking for more than 1 or 2%, right? So DeFi offers this kind of interest. Therefore, it is very interesting. However, for you to get started, if you're completely new to this, you may not even know what's a cryptocurrency wallet, how to install it, not even speaking about how to use it, then it won't make much sense for you at all, even considering, you know, coming here to a DeFi protocol like Alpaca Finance in order to make deposits and earn interest rates like that. You will more likely just, you know, give up being frustrated and go back to your bank and just take the 1 or 2% that they offer. However, wouldn't it be great if we could allow our business partners to offer you a completely new customer experience using the virtual world, in our case, the metaverse, for you to enter a website like this, but it actually then looks like this, as if you were diving into it. So via VR, you can now access the website and interact with it as if you were walking into your bank office, you know, where you can also talk to someone, ask them questions, get appropriate answers, and that way find out which is the best, you know, suitable product for you in order to, you know, put your money to work. And here you will get that chance in the online world, either using VR glasses, which is of course what we are aiming for, but you can also access it using your laptop or tablet or whatever. But the big difference is that you can come here and there will be a service avatar whom you can ask questions, and they will be there to answer you and help you get started. So asking the question now, where would you prefer to be convinced if you had the choice? You want to get started in decentralized finance, but you don't know how. Would you rather come to a website, you know, whether you're completely alone, there's no support, no clear instructions. If you know how to use it, it seems easy. If you're new, it's very difficult. Or would you rather prefer to come right here into the metaverse, in the virtual world, where there are people around you, employees whom you can ask and who are there to help you? I guess this is more like a rhetorical question. Of course, we believe that the right answer is actually yes, that you would prefer to come here. And that's, if we were to boil it down to the very most basic use case that we aim to offer here in the metaverse, this is exactly it. And we're also, of course, constantly looking to onboard new business partners to provide them with this opportunity to offer the new customer experience once we release our 3D virtual world. But of course, at the same time, we're growing a like-minded community that will be interested in these kinds of products. Such, we're bringing together the business partners who are offering the products and the community who is interested in their products. Speaking of being interested, another big topic in our metaverse is advertising in the metaverse. Of course, advertising is always a big source of revenue, and we're also looking to utilize this revenue source by offering our business partners to advertise their products within Gym Street. And just to give you some context here, in the real world, everyone, of course, knows these billboards, right? You see them everywhere throughout the city, on the highway, in train stations, on the bus station, wherever there's billboards that companies are using to advertise their products. Now, there's one downside to these, despite the fact that they have to pay very, large amounts of money in order to put up their ads here on these billboards. They don't know for sure. The only thing that they know actually is how many people on average are walking by these billboards. Okay, there's counts how many persons are walking by, but that's basically all they know. They don't know who they are, if they're interested in their product, if they're actually, engaging with their product based on seeing their advertisement. Now, in the metaverse, first of all, we can offer the same kind of advertising using billboards. As you can see it here, we're now looking at our virtual worlds and on the city view. right here. So this is a screenshot taken where one of our metaverse experts right here, he is wearing the VR glasses, and we can see what he's seeing there inside his glasses on that screenshot next to him. And look, there are all these billboards placed on these buildings. Now, for you as a community member, you know, a virtual land owner, you would be able to place buildings on your virtual land later on, and of course also attach these billboards here, and then you can rent them out as ads space or advertisement space to companies or to our business partners who would like to advertise their products here. And another way, of course, for our business partners is also to purchase their own land where they can advertise their product, but then they're only limited, you know, to their land parcels within the metaverse. If they also want to advertise throughout the entire virtual world, it will make sense to rent advertisement space, and that will also be a revenue source for our community. And now the next very important thing, and that's a very interesting win-win situation that's being created here. First of all, our business partners now know not only how many people are walking by their advertisement in the virtual world, we can also provide them with the numbers, such as how many people are actually looking at the advertisement and also engaging with it, so taking an action upon looking at the advertisement. And with this kind of statistics, it becomes much more interesting, of course, for our business partners to advertise in the metaverse as compared to, you know, using billboard ads in the real world. On the contrary, and for you as the community, you will have a source of income because you're going to participate in the generated ads revenue. And right here, this slide is to show you, you know, the company logos of the business partners and our own included products that we have also launched ourselves already, such as here our DeFi platform, Gym Network, where we partnered with Alpaca Finance, which is the largest and most well-known, reputable DeFi platform on BNB Smart Chain, CashFT, our own crypto debit card that we have recently launched here in March. Then we have already partnered with exchanges such as XT, Lbank, and recently Bitmart has also joined us. We're also listed on PancakeSwap on a decentralized exchange, and many more business partners that have already joined Gym Street to become a part of the first financial district in the metaverse and to be able to offer their products, you know, in a completely new way, to offer that a completely new customer experience. Now, how can you participate in this fast-growing technology? This is the question that we now want to answer in the following slides. But first, let me have a zip here. So to begin with, what are our steps towards the metaverse? So the 2D version, that's the flat, you know, 2D map, that's already live. You can already purchase land parcels or, you know, chunks of land parcels to become a virtual landowner. And that's the foundation for you to participate. So as a virtual landowner, that's your access to our metaverse at Gym Street, how you can also become a part of this and also benefit, you know, from everything that we're doing here, like, for example, you know, earning a share of the generated ads revenue and so on. We had actually planned to come out with a 2.5D version, like a bird's eye view, as an in-between step before releasing the full 3D version. Since we already have the first 3D prototype ready, we thought it would make sense to skip the 2.5D version, you know, to fully focus on releasing the full 3D virtual world as early as possible. Currently, it's planned to have it ready in the second quarter of next year, 2024. And remember, that's also when we are looking at, you know, 100 million VR users worldwide. So it fits in very well, you know, to aim at having this ready next year. Now, we get back to the virtual land. This is the very foundation for you to participate, to become a part of Gym Street, the first financial district in the metaverse. The first thing you want to do is become a virtual land owner. And we have the basic land parcels. We already spoke about NFTs. That's, you know, where the circle, you know, completes. And NFTs, as I said, they do play a major role. So all the virtual land parcels that are available here in the metaverse come as NFTs that are stored in your cryptocurrency or in your own wallet. And stored on the blockchain such that you can always prove ownership, to yourself and everyone else. And later on, you will also be able to freely trade these land parcels once we have sold out the complete available number of 210,000 land parcels that are available here at Gym Street. Currently, we're looking at $144. That's the price for one land parcel. As you can see here, we have already, we had also started at $100. Then when we reached 10% of all the land parcels that are available, so after 21,000 were sold, the price automatically jumped to $116. And actually today, we reached the 25% mark, where the price now went up to $144. So this is what we call the parcel price index. And that's for you a very nice instrument to know for sure that the value of your virtual land will go up for sure. So if you buy in today at $144, you may have missed, the best entry point of $100 or the next best at 116, but still 144, you have more than 100% of price increase still in front of you before we reach $300 until we will sell the 100 until we will have sold 100% of all the land parcels that are available here at Gym Street. And that's when we're going to open our public NFT marketplace for everyone to freely trade their virtual land here in Gym Street. And we're also going to place it on, other NFT marketplaces that are already out there. However, because of this parcel price index, we need to sell out all the 210,000 land parcels first before they can become publicly tradable. Just to put things into perspective, if you are to go out there and do some of your own research, which I highly recommend, and for example, you look at other popular metaverses that are already out there, such as Decentraland or the Sandbox, you're hardly going to find a single virtual land parcels being offered below $1,000. Maybe there are a few, but most of them, like $1,000 is like the lowest entry price that they're being offered for in these other metaverses. So even $300, which is like the end price according to our parcel price index, still looks like a bargain compared to what a virtual land is being traded for in other metaverses already today. And the trend, is still unfolding. So looking into the next cryptocurrency bull market that's in front of us in the coming year, we are of course also looking forward and we definitely expect for another hype, another run into the metaverse and people wanting to acquire virtual land. So now is actually the best chance, while interest overall, the entire world is currently in the state of fear, uncertainty, and doubt. In short, FUD, but FOMO, that's the fear of missing out, is sure to come once we left the current FUD behind us, right? But as a smart investor, you always want to make your purchasing decisions when everyone else is willing to sell at the lowest because of the FUD. So you take the contrary position, knowing that after the FUD, the FOMO will kick in, and then you sell it back to those at a higher price whom you have bought it from at the lowest price, right? And when there are opportunities like this, of course, it makes a lot of sense to get in at the earliest possible stage where prices are still low, because demand is going to increase simply due to the fact that we are growing as a community, right? So every day new members join the metaverse, and then they bring in new members, So we are going to grow as a community, and with that, demand is also going to grow. Now, there's one more very interesting part, and this is our miner NFTs. All right, what we haven't looked at here, just to come back quickly, is the NFT slots per land parcel. So you can already make use of your virtual land even before we release the 3D virtual world, the full 3D version, by attaching these virtual miner NFTs to your land parcels. So basic land parcels allow you to attach up to 4, but you can also upgrade them to attach up to 10 of these virtual miner NFTs, and they're then immediately going to start generating passive income for you in the form of our GymNet token that we distribute as a rewards token for those who are, buying these virtual miners and attaching to their land parcels. But of course, Gymnet will also play a very central role in our metaverse later on, when there's going to be more and more use cases where you will need Gymnet tokens to participate and to access products in the Gym Street metaverse. Therefore, the best way to get them is, of course, by purchasing virtual miner NFTs and let them produce your Gymnet as passive income. And throughout the past 9 months, we are looking at an average ROI of 94%. So here, this example is just showing you the basic way to get started here with 1 land parcel and 4 miners. You would be looking at a total value of $344. And later on, we're also going to look at, our bundles that we're offering here, where you can get in, if you purchase land and miners combined in bundles, you get them at a much better price. And here, this is just to show you, remember we talked about NFTs, as a way to record property ownership on the blockchain. This is where you can see, once you purchase your land parcels, your virtual miners, those are NFTs that are actually stored in your wallet. And by importing these token addresses of the land NFTs and the miner NFTs into your wallet, you can actually also make them visible here. But on the blockchain, it's also being recorded, and you can always, check and prove for yourself and to anyone else, of course, that you are the owner of these land and miner NFTs. Just one thing, with our most recent update, we have slightly changed things in order to be able to reduce blockchain transaction fees, meaning that when you purchase a land parcel or many more land parcels, doesn't matter, in your wallet, you're always going to see it as 1 NFTs. But when you connect your wallet, or meanwhile, we have an internal wallet in our back office, when you look at your NFTs, once you are registered and you log into your account, you will then get displayed the actual number of NFTs that you own that is saved in the smart contracts. And speaking of smart contract, because the whole platform is smart contract driven, fully automated, based on blockchain technology, to ensure that these smart contracts are working safely, that there are no loopholes. They are audited twice by both Certic and PeckShield, two of the most reputable and well-known auditing companies in the blockchain space. Gym Street is mainly being audited now by PeckShield. And maybe as a side note, or an interesting fun fact here, we have received feedback from PeckShield that they said to us when they reviewed our smart contracts, that they have never in their entire company history, since they have audited, since they have been auditing smart contracts at PeckShield, they have never seen smart contracts as complex as the ones that they're auditing from us. Just to give you a perspective of what our development team is actually achieving here and able to create. Now, one more very interesting thing for you to know is the buy and burn mechanism. That's actually the first and most important use case for our Gymnet token. Remember, when you buy land, you can also buy virtual miners to start earning passive income that you get in the form of Gymnet tokens here at Gym Street. And we have that integrated buy and burn mechanism such that whenever there's activity in Gym Street, for example, people are purchasing land and miner NFTs, we take a percentage of that purchase amount to automatically buy back our own token from the exchange and burn it, meaning that we have a constant, maybe quote unquote artificial demand, but there is a constant demand coming out of this buy and burn mechanism. And at the same time, it has a deflationary effect because of the burning part. We are reducing the overall token supply. So right now, as we're distributing tokens as rewards, and we are distributing a rather high rewards amount at the beginning to make it more attractive, of course, it means that we have inflation right now. But over the long run, we need to ensure that demand will, surpass the supply. So that's where the buy and burn mechanism works in our favor. And this chart is just to illustrate to you how the buy and burn mechanism actually, shows its effects. So we do have some sell pressure. People that are, earning these rewards, they are selling their rewards or on the exchanges, even at low prices, for whatever reason. But at the same time, we have the buy pressure coming from the stabilized program through the buy and burn mechanism. And right now we're in this like bottoming phase. You can see it here. So the sell pressure that we get from people selling their rewards, and the buy pressure that we get from the community growth, in the buy and burn mechanism, more or less even each other out. But at some point, as we keep growing as a community, the sell pressure stays more or less the same, based on previous experience. But we know that as we keep growing as a community, buy pressure is going to take over, meaning that in the long run, we will reach that tipping point where you also know for sure that the price of the rewards token that you're earning here today is going to rise, which will then, of course, in hindsight, again, increase your average ROI that you've been earning here with the virtual miners, and also ensure for you that over the long term, you can always sell at a profit, or later on, of course, keep using your Gymnet within our ecosystem. Now, for some further trust building, last year we were at the Crypto Expo in Dubai. For example, here you can see our lead designer, Alberto Mera, on stage, joining the panel discussion about how can DeFi make it to mainstream. Of course, this was like his field of expertise. He's a former investment banker who has changed over into the crypto space because he found it more interesting and more rewarding to work here. And he is now the guy, everything numbers related. That's our brain behind the scenes, our lead designer, Alberto Mera. Here you can see the CEO of our ImmersiveX, our Metaverse company, Mr. Jordan Markov, talking to some, interested people. One is wearing the VR glasses here, checking out our Metaverse, as we've already talked about. And here you can see how our booth was packed at Crypto Expo Dubai. So looking around, I cannot say for 100%, but at sometimes it seemed as if we were the best visited booth there at Crypto Expo. People were standing in line because everyone wanted to wear these VR glasses to check it out for themselves, the easiest way to experience finance. And at the end, it led to the point that we were rewarded with the most innovative DeFi project 2022 award. Right here, our CEO Frank is proudly holding it up at the end of Crypto Expo in Dubai, right? And then answering the question that for sure also comes up here. Well, you're talking about all these things, creating the financial district in the metaverse. How are you able to meet up to your promises? Well, here you have it. We have our own in-house development team that consists of more than 70 engineers, graphic designers, UI, UX engineers, front-end, website, back-end developers, smart contract programmers, and so on. We have them here in our own in-house development team. Their office is located in Armenia, in Yerevan. Here, for example, again, you see our CEO, Frank, visiting our engineers there to see how they're doing. We also have a local office where we are officially registered with our Metaverse company in Dubai. This is what we also use for business meetings. Right here we have, for example, had some of our top leaders. We also have an affiliate system integrated here as a means of growing the community. And these top affiliates that you can see here have visited us in Dubai in our office, to have some inside talk about how to grow the business together with Gym Street. So you've just heard me mention ImmersiveX, our metaverse company. Now we have seen Mr. Jordan Markov, the CEO of ImmersiveX. Now, if you wonder why there are movie posters on the slide, well, this is because ImmersiveX, the company that's providing all the visuals, that's creating the 3D virtual world that we will use later, that's to allow our business partners to offer their products in a never seen before way. ImmersiveX is actually a visual effects company in the movie business. So they really know their thing. It's, And there's a large number of very experienced employees right here, that are originally coming from the movie industry, and they have set aside, a dedicated team which is now working entirely on creating all the 3D visuals to bring our metaverse to life. Here are just some work samples, how visual effects are done in the movie business. For example, here you can see Mr. Jason Statham, famous action movie actor, hanging, in the studio on this wall right there. And this is what it looks like later on screen in the movie after Immerse FX has done their magic, applying the visual effects. And this is how it's done for our metaverse. So every business partner, just for your information, gets their own unique designed virtual or building designed by our metaverse experts for them to represent their brand in the metaverse. This is work in a co-working space based in Switzerland that has also joined us here at Gym Street to represent their brand in the virtual world. And that's the building that was created for them by our metaverse experts. And we have many of these VR showcase scenes, about 30 seconds long, to illustrate, to you how things are going to look like later on in the 3D world when it's going to be ready. And now, as we're coming inside here, also as a side note, our metaverse experts are in close contact with the business partners. And here, for example, the interior design is almost 100% a replicate of the actual real office space of work in Switzerland. So, but beyond that, we also already have more use cases already available, such as our crypto debit card, which is Cash FT, an exclusive NFT lifestyle card. We have briefly mentioned it already on the business partner slide before, right? Here you can also obtain your own debit card that you can top up with cryptocurrencies, but our USP is that in our case, simply by using your card, you first of all, you get exclusive land parcels on Cash FT Island in the metaverse that's being created only for Cash FT card owners, right? Where you also get exclusive benefits, such as you can participate in ICOs that will be happening there, but you will also be able to participate, for example, in NFT raffles, where famous NFTs are going to be raffled to the card owners based on their card usage. Now, yet another use case is right here, IventPay, also one of our business partners. And IventPay is offers a payment processor, or as a payment provider, payment solutions provider, where businesses are then able to accept cryptocurrencies as a means of payments. And IventPay, for example, through our partnerships, businesses are now able to also accept Gymnet tokens as a means of payment. As you can see right here, we went through to this restaurant in Dubai that has partnered with IventPay to use their payment solutions. Right here, we're using now Gymnet to make the payment. We just scan the QR code, and you can now see how the payment is being processed. We are sending a Gymnet via the wallet, and right there, it's done. You get the invoice, and it's just as if you're paying using Apple Pay or Google Pay. Just in this case, you're using your wallet and sending, Gymnet tokens that you can earn here as passive income from our virtual miners to make your payments when you go to the restaurant in Dubai, for example. Now, for you, if you would like to join us as an affiliate, we have great news. We have also an integrated affiliate system. We can see that here, that allows you to build your own affiliate business together with us. And in total, 68% of all the generated revenue is given back to the affiliate. So this is our main growth our main source of growth that we're using here at Gym Street in order to grow the community so that affiliates can go out there, recommend our products to others. And by growing their teams we also grow as a community. They get to earn from it. You know, Gym Street grows as a community. Our business partners are happy. Our community is happy. So affiliate marketing is a great way of growing a community. That's why we're also using it. If you're interested in this, of course, it will make a lot of sense for you to speak to the person who may have invited you here today to this webinar, because most likely he or she is already an active affiliate here at Gym Street. Now, currently, just to mention it, we have some affiliate competitions going on. So if you happen to be an active affiliate until the end of May, so for the next 2 weeks, you still have the chance to earn 10% extra commission on your first line turnover. Then until the 4th of June, we have increased our leadership incentives. So when you reach the gold, platinum, or diamond awards, you will get higher cash bonuses than the ones that are normally being offered here. And until the end of June, if you meet a certain turnover criteria, you can first of all win an R10 super bundle and also be invited on a trip if you are able to generate at least $200,000 in accumulative team turnover until the end of June. And right here, just for you to know that the $100,000 and $200,000 team turnover is always based on the 50% rule, meaning that the team turnover from one of your team partners can only count to a maximum of 50% through to your accumulative team turnover in total. And now, to wrap it up with, let's have a look at our super bundles, which is the best way for you to get started. If you are thinking about, becoming a virtual landowner, you also want to benefit from the virtual mining, the best way to do this is by utilizing our super bundles. And for this, I have prepared already the browser right here. Here you can see our combined metaverse. So Gym Street, that's of course what we have talked about here today. We also have another metaverse, Kabutosho, the financial district of Tokyo. This has been exclusively created for a Japanese community that has joined us. Here is Cash FT Island that will also be released soon, that we've already talked about. So everyone who purchases and uses one of our Cash FT crypto debit cards also gets, some exclusive land parcels right here on Cash FT Island. So these are not available for sale. You can only get those by buying one of our Cash FT crypto debit cards. But now let's come here to the dashboard and have a look at these super bundles that we just talked about. So if we scroll down all the way here, we can see that normally a land parcel is currently priced at $144. A virtual miner has a price of $50. Then right here, if you combine the both, we offer them as a basic bundle. So if you buy a land parcels readily equipped with 4 miners, you get 5% off your purchase. So instead of paying $344, you just pay $327. So you get a better price, for the actual value. And with our super bundle, you get an even better price, compared to the actual value you're getting. So it starts with the R6 all the way up to R22 XXL. Now, as you can see, this is for people who are really, really serious, in becoming virtual landowners in Gym Street. So here you get 2,500 land parcels, 6,000 miners that come with it, and also 525 of your land parcels will already be upgraded as well. Now, these prices are soon going to be adjusted again. Those were still based on the recent price level of $116. They will be readjusted to fit the $144 price for the land parcels that are included right here. For example, 120 land parcels. So this super bundle R22S normally comes at a price of $18,500. So there will be a slightly less land parcels and less miners included to account, for the value of $144. That's going to be readjusted in the coming days. And now if you're asking about why are these super bundles called R6, R10, R15? Now this is due to the fact that if you purchase one of these, not only do you get a lot more value at a much better price, but you will also immediately get these ranks or levels unlocked in our affiliate system. If we are to come back here for a second and look at this slide again. So we have 25 levels in our affiliate system, meaning you can build a 25 level team structure to, to build your affiliate business here with GymStreet. And to reach level 22, normally you would have to purchase NFTs worth $3,000 yourself, plus generate team revenue of $1.3 million to get to this level 22. You can immediately get to level 22 by purchasing the R22 Super Bundle. So that's where the name comes from. That's also an additional benefit that people are getting from purchasing our super bundles, and which you cannot see here right now, but for newly registered members, which most likely is someone who joins here as a new member, of course, you will also then see that you get an even better offer within the first 6 days after you're registered. If you make your purchase of these, if you purchase one of our super bundles, you get them at an even better price than what is displayed right here in our dashboard right now. All right, guys, so that's it for our introduction starter webinar here at GymStreet. To wrap it up with, I just want to let you know that we have a link tree where you can find all our social media combined in one place. In fact, it will make sense for us to just go ahead and look at it right here. So that's what it looks like. For example, you can view here our weekly webinars and AMA sessions that we host every week, also in different languages. Here you get all the dates and times so that you know when to join and where. But also you can here find our YouTube channels. We are on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. So of course, we highly recommend that you follow us all across these different social media channels. But most important, I would say, is that you follow us on Telegram, because that's where we most frequently share all the news regarding our project here at GymStreet, the Finance Metaverse. All right, guys. So that's it from our end. Thank you so much for joining this live webinar, starter webinar of GymStreet for our English-speaking community. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you back again here next week. And if every participant of you would just bring one more person, well, you can then, do the math for yourself. If we do this week by week by week, how this will help us grow dramatically as a community to reach our goals here to create and bring to life the first financial district in the metaverse.